The Green Bay Packers playbook has a ton of good formations and a really good mix of run and pass plays. We'll start with strong close, and the first play is PA scissors. You can run this against pretty much any defense. First, we'll go over the setup for cover one. So against cover one, your read is going to be A and then X, and then B late. So he gets bumped off his route, X gets wide open. But if neither route gets open, you can hit B late. And if you sharpen that route, actually gets a little more open. So you've got 3 routes that get wide open against cover 1 man. Against cover 2 man, you just motion out X. And then he gets really open right across the middle. Against cover 3, I'll generally audible to this play PA deep. And the setup is really easy. You just put X on a post route. And you hit B for an easy touchdown. PA scissors also works really well against cover 4 quarters. And the setup for this, I usually put B on a slant. You don't have to, or your read is going to be X and then B late. Block our fullback there. You can see B gets pretty open late. And then you'll see X gets really open as well. Let's say someone's running cover 4 drop against this. I like to put B on a little bit sharper of a post route. And then stem down once. Put X on a streak. And he gets wide open past those linebackers. You get a good chunk of yards there. This formation also has some really good run plays. You've got this halfback dive, halfback slash fake end around, and then end around. And there's also off tackle. So if you want to run the ball on them, you've got a lot of options here. This formation can work anywhere on the field, but if you want to run the ball near the end zone, that's another really good option. But you can see there's just a lot of really good run plays out of this formation. Let's say they start stacking to that right side. Let's say they're in man defense. Just need to get past that guy, but a lot of times this works really well against man defense as well. There we go. That's a little better. As long as he gets outside that first guy, the end around works really well. They'll usually start stacking to that front side if you're running the ball on them a lot. And let's say they go light up the middle, you can hit them with this dive. So a lot of really good run and pass plays out of this formation. Another formation I really like in this playbook is gun bunch strong nasty. And the play is going to be this PA cheat verticals Y slide. There are a few other good plays out of here, but this is what I generally come out in. Let's say they come out in a Tampa 2. You really don't have to do anything. Just hit B up the sideline. Against Tampa 2, you could also do something like this. Put your tight end on a streak, block your running back. And then RB should get wide open along the sideline. This play also works well against man defense. Let's say they're in a cover 2 man. This X route will pull that safety to the inside a little bit. And a lot of times, just give him a little high ball there. But as long as you lead him downfield, you should be able to complete that. And then a lot of times when he's coming across, the defender will get kind of hung up in one of those other routes. But you can see that wheel route gets really open against cover 2 man. Against cover 3, you can also do something like this. You know, put X and RB on streaks. And then that wheel route Should pull that left corner to the outside. And then pass lead to the outside. And you get an easy score with that. Let's say they try to run cover one on you. You can audible to this mesh flat spot. This X route gets wide open. I'll usually do something like put RB in a slant. If they start shading to the outside, you can hit RB there. Then you can block A and put Y in a flat there, just in case they want to put a zone out to that left side. You can hit one of those. But you can see X just torches cover one. Another good play is this PA cheat double post. If they run a cover three, you can do another one of those cover three bombs on that play. Another formation I really like out of this playbook is going to be Deuce close. It has a lot of really good run plays. I really like this halfback wham to run it up the middle, but it's also got this zone weak, and halfback stretch works really well as well. But it's also got some good pass plays you can use out of here. First one's going to be this PA X post cross. If you run the ball a lot on them, they're going to start coming down. Let's say they go in something like a cover three, so they have an extra safety in the box. All you've got to do, put your tight end in a corner. And you can throw deep to X for an easy touchdown. I also really like this PA deep cross, especially against cover four. All you've got to do is put X in a streak. And B gets wide open. And then also, same kind of thing against cover two. It's X on a streak. It gets even more open against cover two. I just really like that deep cross route. It gets wide open against a lot of different coverages. Another play you can audible to in this formation is going to be this Packer bench. And I really like it against cover one. And this X corner just torches cover one. He just gets wide open. It's just a really sharp corner route. You can also put your tight end on a corner here. A lot of times he'll get wide open. If they start shading to the outside, B will get open. Or you could do something like put Y on a slant if they shade to the outside. Just a lot of good options against man defense out of this formation. This even works against cover two man. Both Y and B get open against cover two. Usually gets a little more open than that. Let's try it again. But yeah, you can see he gets a lot of space there. Another formation I really like out of this playbook is gun tight open. And the play's going to be verticals halfback burst. We'll start out against cover three. Real easy setup. I just like to put Y and A in a streak. And Y gets open along that seam. You can motion this guy out. Y gets even more open. If the safety shades over to the left, then A, he gets open in that seam. Just a really good way to get a one-play touchdown against cover three. And also, if they go to the flats more quickly, you can throw it a little earlier. It's just a really good... Those seams get really open against cover three. This play also works really well against Tampa too. There you go. Just want to pass lead it to the sideline. If they come out in a cover one defense, you can audible to this bench dig pivot. And the only thing I do is I'll either hot route the running back or leave them into block. Go to the left hash for this. And pretty much everything gets open. See, A gets wide open there. All right, there we go. That corner route gets wide open. Yeah, B should get open on that right side there. Yeah, against cover one man, pretty much everything gets open in this play. Let's say they come out and cover two man. I like to just put both slot guys in a slant. And then one of them should get wide open. Sometimes both. If they come out in something like a cover four and they're playing off on you or they're blitzing, something like this slip screen. The slip screens work really well. They get a good release out of the line there. But yeah, don't sleep on the slip screen. That's it's a really good play, especially if they're playing coverage or they're playing, you know, cover four drop. Also, you can audible into an inside zone. This formation just has a lot of really good options. This playbook also has a lot of really good options for inside the 5-yard line. So it's got some good goal line plays. One formation I really like inside the 5 is going to be strong close. We went over a lot of the plays earlier, but this halfback dive near the end zone is great. Off tackle works great. You've got this end around. Mesh post, that works great. I usually put that post in a slant, but something like that will work. This one here, wide receiver out. That out route, if they're playing man defense near the goal line, that out route gets wide open. And then that end around, if they're stacking to one side, you can just hit them with that end around, and that's a really good option near the goal line. And then one formation I didn't go over yet that I really like is going to be this bunch tight end. And this works really well anywhere on the field, but especially near the end zone because it has this RPO alert bubble, and it works especially well against zone. But you've got a couple options. You see everyone stacked over to the left there. You can usually just run it right up the middle and get a couple yards. But if they're crashing the middle, that bubble screen to the outside, it's been a great play all year long. Still works great, especially against zone defense. If they're in man, the bubble screen's not going to work, so you're going to want to just run it right up the middle. Yeah, let's say they're in man defense. Just run it right up the middle on them. Just a really good goal line play. And this formation also has this spacing play. So you're inside the 5-yard line. You want to pass the ball. The spacing play, a lot of times at least one of the guys will get wide open. You can also do something like put a couple slants out there. See, X gets open. There's a lot of things you can do to kind of work some guys open, but this is a great play. Those little curl routes where they just kind of curl right to the front of the end zone, and a lot of times those zones will play behind them, and you just kind of pass lead down. And makes for an easy score inside the 5-yard line. I also have some honorable mentions. This playbook just has so many good plays and formations to both run and pass the ball. I could spend all day going over every single one of them, but I'll just go over some of the honorable mentions real quick. This I form close flex. It's got this 95 Mike, which is a great inside run play. The stretch plays great. 94 Will. Halfback ISO. It's got a lot of really good run plays. And then once they start coming down, trying to stop the run, it's got a ton of really good pass plays. This mesh is good against cover 1. This PA tight end corner, you just streak X. And that's a really good cover 3 bomb. That PA spot, that's really good against cover 1 as well. And that mesh play works against cover 0 really well also. This Y off close, it's got this little zone toss that works really well. Halfback ISO. Yeah, it's just got a lot of this zone weak. That's a really good play. Really good lead blocker on that one. It's got this really good cover 4 beater. We'll go over this one real quick. This PA pylon sail, it's a really good pass play against cover 4. For some reason, that A route just gets wide open against cover 4. That tight end corner. Cover 4 drop. There we go. You just got to time it right, but you can just torch cover 4 drop with that. There's not a ton of good cover 4 drop beaters that get a decent amount of yards, but this is definitely one of them. Just hit him right at that sideline there. But those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys all think. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.